Hanzo's epic fight against the Lord of Chaos.
All the chaos from behind the doors is finally spilling out as he has Shujinku attacks Takeda. Meanwhile, downstairs,
Reiko
is charging himself up with the Kamidagu blade. Meanwhile, Hanzo does his best to try to put Havik to a stop, but it's gonna take a lot more, even though he hit him with a flurry of punches, snapping his neck, all the way up to a brutality. Right as he turns his back to Havik, Havik starts to replenish himself and mocks him by saying,
"You don't want to become the very thing that you're afraid of."
Hurling him into the other room.
"Why don't you let the fire take over you and become an agent of chaos like me? Raiden is my puppet. Outworld is eating itself alive. Your clan is obliterated, or it's about to be." Takeda whimpers and he says, "I'm sorry, Hanzo, I wasn't ready for him." And Hanzo says, "Hold steady, Takeda, this isn't your fault. You made your point, Havik, and stop playing games. Tell me what you want." Think of it like a deadly alliance. Together, blood and fire can liberate the realms from order. No one can command us. I only needed Takeda just to soften your heart. Just surrender to Scorpion, and the boy is all yours. As Takeda looks desperately on, the choice isn't yours. Scorpion's fire protects you, and even if you want to die, Scorpion won't let you. As Havik knows that Hanzo can't take this much damage without Scorpion interjecting, and he wants to know how far he can push it before Scorpion takes over, before Hanzo gives in. As Takeda yells, "Get up!" as Havik breaks his back, and he says, "It's time to turn up the heat." Hanzo looks on desperately at Takeda, and he tells Takeda, "Always remember, you always have a choice," as Havik delivers the final blow. As Takeda looks on desperately, and finally running out of Shujinko's arms to beg his master to come back. In desperation, he asks Hanzo, "What should I do? Please come back. Tell me how to fix you." As Havik interjects and says, both his lungs are collapsed. And the fire, it's in you too. Are you gonna join our cause? I'd rather die than serve you. That can always be arranged. I hope Hanzo lets the fire take over him and burn you all down. As Hanzo firmly grasps him and tells him, "Run." Takeda holds him in his arms and he says, "The Shiryu don't run, we fight." As he yells out in agony, holding his beloved master. As Havik looks disappointed, as he was expecting Scorpion to jump in. As Takeda says, he was a free man, he made his own decisions. He chose his fate. You'll never control him. As Havik just smirks, and he tells Takeda, "It's better if you leave unless you want to join your master." As the blood boils in Takeda, he says, "I won't rest until you pay for this." And Havik just says, "I look forward to that." As Takeda leaves in shame.